Finke Desert Race has 700 competitors. There's probably 5% that can win it. There's probably 15% that think they can win it. And the other 80% go in it just to finish it.
What? Is that 100%? Does that make up 100%?
It is the greatest experience when it comes to motorsport, be it in a car or on a bike.
I certainly would agree with this.
I couldn't agree more with that.
Oh, it depends who you talk to. Probably some people saying the 15% that think I can win.
Well, that depends on how many beers you've had. There's 80% think they can win after a few beers.
I don't want to get my capabilities mixed up with my ambitions.
I was probably in the 80%.
We're currently Australia number 2.
I'm the 80% that thought they could win and ended up running third.
I put myself in that 1%.
So I would be in that 80% wanting to finish.
I'm barracking for the 15% that think they can win.
Yeah.
I'm one of the 80%.
Well, I think there's probably 2%, maybe even 1% on that guy.
I'll probably change those percentages if that's all right. Yeah.
All right, so Rob, why don't you start off and tell us who you are?
Yeah, my name's Rob Butterfield. I'm from Perth, Western Australia.
I'm Sean from Perth in Western Australia as well.
Jason, Perth as well.
And Glenn from Perth as well.
Rob, I know what it's like to be one of those 80%ers. Good on you, mate.
80%.
Oh, we're
that's behind 80%.
So we decided to make Rob the face of the everyman.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so you want to talk to us about being that part of that great unwashed 80%?
Well, yeah, I've got to make sure I get there and back to to do the everyman thing.
A few times? 3 times?
Yep, third time.
First time.
First time.
Yeah.
We've done a few pre-runs, it's scary enough already.
It's an interesting sort of race. At the very pointy end, the cars or the bike competitors, they're professionals. They're here to get a job done. They're here to get their name engraved on the trophy.
Not all about the money and stuff, it's just, just winning the actual Finke race.
And they're the ones that will almost die trying, and they are hyper-professional.
Hopefully standing on that top box, that's the reward.
So what's your motivation?
To finish.
Yeah, it's to finish and also the camaraderie and to do something that they rate as very difficult for your average guy, and to be able to say, yes, you have done that at some other stage in your life. It's a bucket list, one of the things you want to tick off on it.
So all you guys are into pain, right?
No. Pain is something you've got to deal with. It doesn't mean you're into it.
Oh, no, not really.
You don't enjoy the pain, but you enjoy the fun when you're on the bike.
Yeah, you've got to go through a bit of pain to get up there and back.
Yeah, it's a case of no pain, no gain.
Your ribs.
Yeah. And there's a thing we were on about it a while ago. Every guy that falls off, you get up to him, you're right, mate, and you can hardly breathe. Yeah, I'm all right, mate.
What's your name, mate, if you hit your head? Sorry?
What's the bit that goes first?
The rider.
Your fitness level has to be, there's only one thing you can be to do well in Finke. You have to be exceptionally fit.
You physically just got to, you know, physically and mentally, you've got to make sure you're up to the task.
Yeah, it uses pretty well every muscle in your body, and it's just...
The bikes don't understand how not fit you are. They'll still go just as fast.
The difference between a really good rider and an average rider, a really good rider will just take it to the next level.
Yeah, like get a bit more strength in my shoulders and things like that, and doing a fair bit of rowing and things.
You know, my body's starting to feel it now, so, you know, one of these days I'll start contemplating when to stop.
Did you ever come a cropper yourself?
Yes, I did. Yeah, in 99, I came off and dislocated my hip.
Yeah, it was a shame about Ben having the injury at Condo, but
once the adrenaline wore off and the pain set in,
he hit a bunch of kangaroos at 150 kilometres an hour.
I ended up getting in a helicopter and getting flown to Finke. 3 broken vertebrae, broken arm, broken collarbone.
If you come off at that speed, it definitely doesn't tickle. It hurt.
And he had a big poster up on the wall. You know, the Honda slogan. You know what the Honda slogan is?
Power of dreams.
Oh, this one said "Stupid hurts."
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that is true.
That's for when you come back in after riding.
Yeah.
You go out with the power of dreams and come back in and stupid hurts.
When you've crashed and you're actually flying through the air, you've got enough time sometimes to think, like, oh, that was really stupid, and that's going to hurt.
Yeah, well, spending the last 25 years in sitting on an esky and fueling motorbikes up, yeah, there's a lot of pain involved. No, we don't go without our Panadol and Baroccas and things like that.
When I was a competitor, I would jump on and ride and jump off. None of this fancy tricking up your bike with fancy shock absorbers and fancy oils.
As far as the riders are concerned, I think they've got it pretty easy, you know, modern suspension and modern bikes. And
I rode what was commonly dubbed the lounge chair, an XR400 that got me down in style and comfort, albeit in the dark.
A few of them have got personal trainers, but not like the 80s when Rick Hall and Stephen Greenfield and those guys were winning. It was a pretty tough event back then.
Oh, man, so you're soft, you blokes. Ride an XR.
All the bike guys would be like, oh, you know, the car guys, they just sit in the car and go for a drive, it's easy. It is a lot more physically demanding. On a bike, obviously, you got to train physically as well as have your bike preparation done. But with the car, you've got to have your car set up 100%. And when you're bashing through the whoops, you know, at 150 plus, yeah, it can be pretty hard on the body and you do get knocked up.
My name's Julie Frith and I'm a single mother that's raced for many years for the Finke Desert Race. I'm a woman buggy driver. You know, 99% of the time the desert beats you.
I have had a couple of accidents where I've rolled the car or I've hit a tree, and it's to the point where you're going that fast and that many things are going on, you don't really have time to register that's happening.
An endover scares me a lot. I don't know. The thought of going forwards and you know things are going to crush.
Every now and then you are going to have a crash because you're trying to win a race, so it's not like you're in control 100% of the time.
I have nearly had one before, and I had to pull up for a while.
Did you have to pull over for a cigarette?
No, I just had to pull over and breathe.
For their nice little racer today, eh? Okay, so we're on yacht safety time. Thanks, mate. Just needed to know that.
No, I'm a bike man. I'm a bike man through and through.
Well, it's a bike race, right?
You're baiting me, are you?
100% bike, that's it. We use cars, we drive down the track with fuel and supplies and stuff like that. That's about the most important role of the cars.
Just wholly and solely a bike competitor. I like to keep with tradition. It's traditionally a bike race.
I am a bike guy, and I'd hate to think if I ever got the opportunity to get in a buggy how much ribbing I would cop.
So yeah, the origins of Finke are motorbikes, and it started off I think as a dare to get down to Finke and back. And it grew from there, and they introduced the cars in 1988.
Then it's progressed to where it is now that the cars are a big part of it.
The buggies add something to it, there's no doubt about that, but you know, they take a bit away as well. They tear up our track, there's no doubt about that.
So you've all seen that TV show, Farmer Wants a Wife?
Yeah. I think it's Good Girl Wants a Motorbike Rider. Oh, obviously when they take their helmets off, you don't know what they look like, but when the helmet comes off, you're like, yeah.
Jamie wants someone to buy her a buggy. I am very conflicted about the whole thing because I enjoy racing cars and I really enjoy riding the motorbike.
A buggy driver, yes. Well, now that's where the sledging begins.
Obviously buggy riders are a little bit older, so they're sort of our dads.
Yeah.
So is that how it works? You get too old and fat, so you must go into the buggies?
Yes, if you can afford it.
I noticed when they went around in the prologue the other day, there was a lot of $100 notes laying on the prologue track, and I just kept wanting to stop and pick them up. But apparently that's the way it is with buggy racing, is you just keep tossing $100 notes out the window in order to win the Finke Desert Race.
Well, yeah, I suppose they say sailing is akin to standing up in the shower in a raincoat and stuffing $100 notes down a drain pipe.
I still think it's the most fun you can have with your clothes on.
Hey, baby, you want to go out? Come here, cutie. Hey, come here.
Yeah, Rick's been a pretty famous heckler of the car guys for for as long as I can remember anyway.
I was the first guy to be beaten by a buggy.
And the bike guys used to treat the cars as a bit of a joke back then because the technology wasn't quite there.
Pull the branches out of the windscreen when you miss corners. Generally, from the tracks you see up and down the side of the track, after the race, I say there's a fair few buggies overshooting corners.
Since the cars have started winning, I think the bike guys have got a bit bitter. Probably why Rick's dropping comments like that, but that's fine.
Oh, never. Totally in control of the bike riders.
We're talking about 85 horsepower compared to 600 horsepower. It's not a race.
You know, their technology and budgets and their scope to keep building bigger and faster and more far exceeds what we can do with a bike.
I'm Jason Adami, been in Alice Springs 26 years.
I'm Travis Robinson, driver of OBR 13.
I'm Andrew Kittle, I drive one of the Peter Kittle Motorsport buggies.
My name's Dan Auric.
Travis is my younger brother by a couple of years. And
What's your name?
My name's Bo.
So you're the famous Racing Robinson family?
Yeah, apparently so.
The team's pretty lucky. We've got some good sponsors which help us do what we do. Peter Kittle Motor Company obviously being the main one. Thanks for that, Dad.
We're property developers, but 6 months of the year we're pretty well full-time. I'm pretty well full-time on the race cars.
So me and a mate in Alice Springs, we bought a car together.
Well, my sponsors are just me, basically.
You clearly got making too much money.
I wish I was making too much money.
Well, this is a 2010 Jimco chassis. Runs a 800 horsepower Nissan V6 twin turbo. 5-speed Albums gearbox, which is built in Melbourne, Ballarat. Has 20 inches of wheel travel all around, top speed of 240 km an hour in the dirt. It's a real weapon.
So it's a kit car?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. You get probably the most popular, or the most popular frame in Australia at the moment would be the Jimco. Most of the top guys are running in Jimco. And you can get anything from just a bare frame all the way to they call it a turnkey race car, so it shows up on your doorstep and you can enter a race.
We put a lot of effort into making the cars working right, suspension, engine packages, stuff like that. Travis was the fastest down to Finke last year and broke the record by a couple of minutes, and I guess we're pretty hungry to do well, so I guess we try and push those boundaries a little bit.
And that's what happens in this sport. You get a bug and the adrenaline and...
Who blackens your tyres?
I don't do any of that. That's pit crew. That's what pit crew for. Good mates.
Oh, look, I mean, you can't take it with you, I'm only spending their inheritance.
That's about right with this.
The bikes are awesome, there's no doubt about that. The bikes are better now than they've certainly ever been, and they're easier to ride and they're faster and they handle better and everything works a lot better than it did 10, 15 years ago.
The bikes have come a huge way, like right from the one that Jeff Curtis first won on was at, the 250, but it had the twin shocks on the back and a couple of inches of travel. Where now the bikes have obviously got the single ProLink or single rear suspension.
Sometimes it doesn't matter how much money you spend, anything can go wrong on race day, and that's I think what makes Finke pretty special. It's only a 1-year event.
There's always been a rivalry between Honda and KTM.
I wish I had a Honda. I think that's what he's saying.
Definitely not, because then I know I'd have to park somewhere and broken down.
There's a big chance of KTM going 1, 2, 3. This year we've got, Riding Brantford, who finished third last year on the Husaberg.
Any of the main manufacturers' bikes these days are capable of winning a race.
I've heard all the Honda stuff and now I'm hearing all the KTM stuff.
And we'll knock them off one day, whether it's this year or next, we'll keep pushing until we get them.
And if there's a bit of friendly sort of banter going on, well, there's nothing wrong with slinging a bit either. So.
Ryan, because he's taken over bouncer for the Grid Girls.
Right.
We have that on film.
Ryan's a bouncer for the Grid Girls, yeah.
The bouncer? Yeah, righto. I haven't heard that.
He's taken on the position of bouncer for Grid Girls, has he?
Did he have his singlet on?
Then he's going to get distractions.
No, I've got a lot of time for Ryan. He's a fantastic motorbike rider. Yeah.
Ryan's a great guy and has so much talent that I think at the end of the day, people only want to see him do well.
I'm Alicia Nash. I'm a qualified hairdresser by trade. I started racing dirt bikes 3 years ago.
So I'm Cassandra Davies. I've navigated an off-road race car since I was about 14. So
There's a bike rider and a buggy driver in amongst the Grid Girls, and I was a bit sceptical when we first talked to them, so I always gave them a little test, asked them to define viscosity, and they could.
There you go.
Can you define viscosity, Yoff?
Ask Jason what viscosity is, he wouldn't be able to tell you.
What's viscosity?
Can you define viscosity?
No. Viscosity is the, no, not really.
What's viscosity?
What's viscosity? Of viscosity of what?
Define.
In what context?
What is viscosity?
What context are you talking?
Well, it's got about 8 letters.
I was going to Google it after you asked him, but I thought, no.
I can see this is going to end up on the DVD. Well, it can't.
Maybe we can get a few of them around in the shed to be part of the mechanic team.
Can they work on my bike?
Viscosity is resistance a liquid has to flow.
Biggest news story of 2012 is a Chinese team that are entering the car section. 30,000 members of this Wolfpack off-road club in China. There's been a car donated by one of the competitors, and this Chinese team is going to race from Alice to Finke and back all the way from Guangzhou.
We're hoping that this Wolfpack team, with our support and our friendship that we have created this weekend, will keep them coming back. Mate, once you've done this, it gets in your blood and you can't let it go. But we've committed our car to this because I believe that there is a future in this for Alice Springs, for the territory, and for the off-road racing as a whole. It's an investment in the future of our sport and in this town.
Well, I think it's pretty much a big commitment from wherever the guys are coming. You take it's basically slap bang in the middle of Australia, so no matter where you're coming from, east coast or west coast, the trip over is pretty big.
You come across the desert?
Yeah, we came through the Great
Central
Road.
Yeah, they did.
Why?
Your adventure starts when you walk out your front door, not when you get to Alice Springs.
Yeah.
Adventure to get to your adventure.
It's been a hectic week. It's just non-stop. Get up, go, go, go.
Have a bit of brekkie, we load the bikes, we go out for a pre-run to 60 k's and back.
Last few days we've been working in the dark, just getting it all ready.
Well, at least the Honda's going now because Jace comes past me on the track and gives me the big over some big whoops, then gets it all wrong into the bushes and blew the gearbox on the Honda. So that's been in the shop for the last 2 days. So far, every day the Honda's had to be worked on. It's been the starter motor, then it was the stick pegs that fell off, and now it's the gearbox that's gone.
He might as well have just bought a new bike here and started.
That's good we're all here. We've got through the week, so we're all going to be starting prologue, so we better get out there.
Yeah. I'll be back in a minute. I've got to go for a piss. Bit of nerves running at the moment, obviously. Thing is, it's 8 Ks out of 250 sort of thing, you know, so you don't want to be stacking it and earn yourself here, so I haven't spent all this money to finish it here. There's a few guys a fair bit older than me too, don't you worry about that. Jace and Sean are probably on par. Sean on his day, if everything goes good, he'll hold fast all day. And Jace is pretty fit, so I'm just here for the bragging rights.
Oh yeah, pretty pumped.
Pumped? Ready to go?
Just want to get through it and get to the start line tomorrow. So, oh yeah. Yeah, well, as soon as you get up to that line, you'll be full of adrenaline. Start to crank in now.
When you finish,
full of adrenaline.
Yeah.
So you'll go back and he won't stop talking. Tell him go and shut up. He's just like bloody blah 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 blah. I think I'm talking too much, aren't I?
The beauty of the Tats Finke Desert Race is it's more than a race. It's a community event, and people can take so much out of it and then have the opportunity to put so much back into it.
Basically, it's a race to do that's fast, it's fun, costs a bit of money, but it's on a bucket list that you've got to tick off, and the camaraderie and the people you meet is fantastic.
One thing that's definitely keeps dragging us back here is obviously like Alice Springs supports the event massively. And
Without people's sponsorship from the local community and interstate, a lot of people wouldn't be able to afford to race.
It's hard to not get involved when you're from the town. Everyone from the town knows someone racing, or they're racing themselves, or they're a sponsor of a bike or a car.
And a lot of my friends are involved in the race as well. So, it's a big social, there's a big social side of it as well. And without that, I probably wouldn't even be racing.
It's not just something that happens on a weekend, it's basically lived.
A lot of people measure their years by New Year's Day or by Christmas. I measured my years by Finke.
Yeah, there's mateships from the blokes that are winning it to the blokes that are running last.
Everyone helps everyone out.
It makes you realise how precious this race is.
If you haven't got any parts for your bike, there's always someone there to help you out and lend you some parts.
Everyone's there to help everyone because they know how much money you spent, how much time's involved, and you don't get a shot till next year. So if someone can get someone across the line, you can do it. Yeah, we should be like it more often.
I'd love to say thank you to all the spectators we have out there. Without them, some of the sights you see on the side of the track are just incredible.
Yeah, there's girls lifting their tops. We've actually got footage of it from last year. We were watching that, lifting their tops up as you're going past. And
about 20 guys stacked just after that.
You get signage down, all the way down the track. The spectators urge you on.
But that's all just part of the camaraderie that you get along the track. The people running around in Father Christmas outfits and guys in their mankinis and...
You get blow-up dolls, you get naked people running around.
Yeah, Sean sort of sees that. The rest of us keep going.
See the crowd, that's what gets you going, you just see the people along this track, it's just packed.
If you're feeling a little bit tired and you see people cheering you on, you spark back up again.
And no matter where you are, how far out you are, if there's people there, they're all clapping and cheering you on, all the spectators.
The amount of effort they put into it.
Yeah, it's not just the riders, everybody along the track out there.
I'm Ben and I'm working at the fuel stop 1.
The heart and soul of this event are volunteers. Without them, we don't have an event. It's not like a Formula One race where there's big sponsorship dollars and there's the mega rich teams that come in and there's a whole lot of employees.
Thank you. Been along 65 Ks.
Oh, okay, you all right?
Thumbs up.
You're doing well.
Me, this is the 5th year. Last time we did it, if you see the jerry cans up the end, every one of them was like that. So we had something like 170 odd jerry cans, I reckon there was. So now, I think there's only 30 jerry cans and the rest are here, so this is so much easier, yeah.
The Finke Desert Race has one part-time employee. Everyone else works for nothing.
We knew pretty much from the start that we weren't going to be getting paid for it. It's a beautiful thing to do. But same thing, it's an event that everybody loves.
Grid girls at the starting race were
We're
these
the rag dolls.
Yeah.
I'll be a grid girl.
Dolls.
We're the rag dolls.
Oh, mate, she's rough. Oh, arms are like shockies. Oh.
Wait! You guys are doing the effort.
We couldn't do this race without you, though. How far is the next one?
60.
Roger. Good on you, mate.
Love it, I'll be back next year. Maybe.
It's the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah, boy. Think of the stories you'll be able to tell your grandkids, mate. Kids and grandkids. And Finke runs on volunteers. Absolutely.
You've done a great job, guys. Thank you so much.
It's a lot more fun than sitting on a boring hill waiting for somebody to drive past.
So you know I saw Jace about 40 minutes ago.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. There you go, mate.
How you going, dude?
Oh, yeah, I'm struggling, but we're getting there. I think Ted's a bit tired.
Teddy bear.
All right, gotta go, brother.
The sense of community extends really to those in the racing fraternity that are passing on the baton, if you like.
Rank, name and serial number, Andrew Clark.
My name is Rick Hall. I'm the 99 Finke Desert Race bike champion as well as the 2002 Finke Desert Race bike champion.
G'day, I'm Billy Hayes from Deepwell Station.
My name's Michael Vroom. I've been competing in Finke for the last 18 odd years.
Andrew Clark, he's organised a pretty good show for all us young fellas.
We've got a group of businesses together in Alice.
And now I get a lot out of helping out these young guys and trying to pass on some of my experiences and that to them.
And these boys were obviously good riders and good kids, so we sponsored them more than they were good kids.
I've known PJ for nearly 21 years and 9 months. I think I was in the room next door when he was conceived.
Lockie Summers and Paul Sabaton, Tommy Marr, my son Luke, we're helping them. They're helping the young kids at the motorcycle club.
He's always more than willing to help other people out.
They talk about, how they keep fit, not using drugs, not drinking, things like that. So they talk to the young kids about all that and try and change that culture.
We can't ride ourselves, so we may as well help some other young fellas do it.
So why do you want to be in the race?
Well, it's always been my dream to really race and Finke. I love it.
We're all in our 40s and that now, so we decided to come up with MLC Motorsport, standing for midlife crisis.
Well, it's not our team.
Well, at the end of the day, we're not racing for sheep stations.
I'd like to see everyone from our team finish this year. I just reckon, you can't go out and win something like this by yourself. You need a lot of people around to help you.
Sounds like it's a team sport.
It's definitely a team sport, yeah. The more people you have working together, the better you're going to be. Even if you don't have as much money as some of the other teams, doesn't mean you're not as good.
Go you MLC boys, do well.
Down and back, flat out, no issues, no problems, hold it on and bring it home.
Go MLC!
Go hard, boys, otherwise don't come home.
I guess it's all about speed.
It's scary. It's an adrenaline rush above everything else.
Just the thrill of the speed, the chase, the competitive side of it.
The fuel map's either at 0 or it's at 100%.
Top speed for us, I'll say, might be 210, 220k an hour.
It's your heart, the fun, the adrenaline.
The terrain, but mainly the high speed.
It's something that's hard to describe.
Other countries don't have a race like this.
There's guys that race for their classes and there's guys that race amongst their mates. There's all bragging rights and that comes into it as well.
It's probably one of the only things too that everyone in Australia knows about, is the Finke Desert Race.
And that's how I got started in Finke, just a group of mates. We all wanted to get down there and turn around and come home and see who finished in front of the other guy. And, you know, there's probably more of that going on in this race than anything else.
So if you can get out and compete at it, it's something that you have done. Something you can tell your kids or your grandkids, you know.
Yeah, you say we don't look that old, but all of us are riding pretty much from 40 to 44, except in Glenn, he's in the...
I had to get a medical certificate to say I can race. Thanks for bringing that up, Sean.
Over the years, I've seen any number of guys come out here just to do Finke. The next year, they're coming back to have a go.
If one year you don't finish, you're already planning for the following year because you want that challenge and you want to actually be able to finish it.
All the guys riding Finke, no one's doing it for the money or anything like that. You are doing it for the prestige of this race.
It's $10,000 to win outright on a bike, and bikes cost you $11,000. So it's the actual trophy and the folklore that you then fit into when you win this race. I mean, it's had 16 or so winners in the past 37 years.
I'd like to think I'm part of it, yeah. The history of Finke, yeah, I would like to think I'm part of it. I have had a trophy.
I mean, champions win for themselves, they don't win for anything else. So yeah, the money pales into insignificance.
Winners are people that compete, as far as I'm concerned. If you start on that line, you're already a winner.
I always remember one of the best there ever, one of Australia's best motorcyclists, Stephen Gall, and he once said, "The desert lets win who wins."
Finishing this race is a bloody great achievement. Let's be honest, because it's not a regular race.
The object is to go out there and win, but the 80% that want to finish, they just want to finish. So they help each other out to finish.
Yeah, just
Pretty
to come
much.
and do it and finish and don't get hurt. That's it.
Just to finish the race itself is a mean feat because the desert's pretty harsh.
Without a doubt, before you can beat any other rider, first you've got to beat the desert.
You race the desert. If you start racing the competitors, you don't do any good. You have to beat the desert first.
I honestly don't think when I got into it, I finished a race.
I think you're racing against yourself.
If you finish, especially a race like Finke, it's a blessing. Like, things have gone your way.
Yeah, so there's a few life lessons involved in running this race.
There's so much stuff that can go wrong, like, it can be, be pretty disappointing at times.
We're very, the cars are getting more and more competitive, so it is hard to know when to lift off,
You got young Trav Robinson, he's starting to grow up a bit maybe and starting to think a bit more,
And now it's sort of our turn because we're obviously it's my fourth year here, I suppose about both sixth here at Finke, so hopefully all this hard luck's going to come to an end for us.
I didn't realise you hadn't won.
No. Spewing.
No other worst feeling in the world, I don't reckon.
Yeah, you got to wonder whether it's all worth it at the time.
And those are the disappointments. We got to move on, and it's all stories, and it's all part of your life.
You can write it off as a life lesson, right?
Yeah, we've had enough life lessons, I reckon.
Travis is only 21. He's got no patience yet.
Got a fair bit of character now.
Yeah. It's it gets to a point where it's just beyond a joke, though,
Oh, he was quite sure that he'd had enough disappointments. He'd learned enough in that regard.
He might have plenty more to come yet. Nowadays, everyone's driving 100% the whole way, and if you want to be up the front, you've got to drive 100%.
You count to 15 when a bike goes past you at 170 kilometres an hour. That 15 seconds is a long time. I think that's just the way the race is going. I think the aggression of the race has changed to be, it's a lot rougher now, it's a lot more technical.
The sport's probably as competitive as it's ever been. You go to a race and there's 5 or 6 guys who could win it, whereas over the last probably 10 years there's probably really been 1 or 2 people who, if they finish, they will generally win.
We can also hopefully dominate both classes now as well, so rather than just both of us fighting to do class 1,
So more and more people can win simply because there are
the standard is higher? Or
yeah, the standard's higher, so there's more cars that are of the probably the best quality you'd look at.
I think, as the times change, the race evolves a bit and it gets harder and harder to get closer to the front because of these guys.
And now with the truck, it sort of separates us a bit more, which is good. And as I say, we'll just be looking to dominate everyone else. It doesn't matter who wins or loses as long as it's one of us.
The race isn't won on day one. It's won on day two.
First and foremost, you've got to beat the desert, and that means you've got to survive it, and your bike's got to survive it.
Every time you go down the track, everything's different. Everything changes, and
the track condition itself was basically whoops from one end to the other. Years ago, traditionally was road sections, and then we had about 40 to 50 k's of really big whoops that really slowed you right up.
The workload on bikes and bodies is huge.
Whereas now we got little bits of fast sections and lots of whoops.
The track is, it's like nothing. There's no other track like this in the world. I've raced in Mexico, I've raced Baja, and this track is unique.
The track doesn't get a chance to rest and form itself. It's evolving the whole time.
We've got to deal with the natural obstacles out there, and one of them's dust. It's as simple as that.
You'll get a smell or a glimpse of some dust in front of you, and it just spurs you on to go faster.
Only one person can win the prologue and get a clear run, basically. So 99% of the field have got to deal with dust. It's as simple as that.
No, I've been fortunate. I haven't been held up by anyone in the dust, so I've never had to give someone a tap. Which would be a hard thing to do, to another competitor.
1 tap, 2 taps, 2 ton.
We don't usually do it. We should 2 ton straight away. So. A lot of the time, the people in front, by the time they get hit, they already know you're there.
Let's just stop a second. Let's not talk about the hitting.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Let's just talk about just passing.
When you're racing, you don't know how fast you're going. You think you're probably the fastest in the world, but there is definitely faster guys out there.
The dust is hard. That's why we were just talking about the hitting, to the fact you can't possibly see.
So if you see someone in your mirror,
you got to get out of there.
Off-road etiquette is to get out of the way.
Yeah. On that sort of subject, it does come down to that sort of thing. If you come up on someone and they don't get out of the way, we certainly don't condone damaging cars or anything like that. I certainly wouldn't want someone damaging mine.
It's hard to break through that dust barrier that they're making.
Frustrating.
No, a nice friendly little tap might not go astray, I suppose. We'll wait and see what happens this weekend.
Apparently you're number one.
Yeah, apparently so. We had it was a dusty, tough run down.
At this end.
So we were first on the road, and it looks like we're third, and we're 3 seconds off second. So
we started from 6.
6.
Thank God.
There was a few cars parked on the side of the road. We passed a couple coming down. So
how'd you go?
Yeah, we had a good run down. Only a couple of spots where we had a bit of trouble. Getting bumps a bit too hard or whatever. But it was very dusty.
It was very dusty this race, and we got a lot of dust.
Yeah, we got it.
Fair dinkum. We were in the helicopter today, and that first 30 k's, half the cars were coming to a complete stop because they couldn't see a foot in front of them.
Yeah, it was. There were some places there where you were down just to a crawl, and it's like, where do I go? He had no idea.
It does get to a point where it's literally blinding. You can't drive through it. It's impossible.
Most of the mistakes we made today was just purely through the dust, where you just can't see things soon enough, and you just call it late.
So when you say we,
well, me. We're a team, aren't we?
Watching the cars from the air, and especially your own sons, is a bit scary sometimes because you see everything that's going on. So.
Just after the 45k mark, we had a huge moment there.
We've got one young fella, Macca, who didn't make it here today. He's done a clutch halfway down.
Yeah, and I hear he's got someone breathing down his neck too.
Who?
His sister.
Oh, maybe. Georgia would like to get a car, but
so
he can help us organise it.
If you're having a heart attack now with 2 of them on the track, what's it going to be like with 3 of them on the track?
I don't think I could handle 3. That's probably why it won't happen.
I suppose we were getting a bit of ahead of ourselves and pushing a little hard, and we ended up flipping over a couple of times.
There's a bit of carnage on the road.
We had one stop before Rodinga, the engine switched off for no reason. We rolled to the side of the track and it started again.
Yeah, from there we backed it off a bit. I just lost all confidence after that happened.
No shit.
We got close to a truck in the whoops and he come down on our bonnet, as you can see, a little mark there.
You know, it's never usually our fault. You know, it's always something out of our hands, and it just pains me that it was my fault, if you like, you know.
No, that's okay. Look, we're here. I mean, the bumps are pretty big, and everybody's pushing pretty hard.
Well, to race control, we've got the bonnet off Bo Robertson's car at Deep Well. We just have the Robertson trophy truck through, same thing, mate.
So what's that conversation with Travis going to be?
In what regard?
Did you see Travis?
No, I didn't see Travis. I wasn't aware he was out.
No, I didn't see Trevor. I think Trevor's pulled up by that time.
Well, he seems to insist on getting these life lessons.
One of these days he's going to have some good luck and finish a race.
The sport's just cruel sometimes, and
Oh, the fact that we got here, everything's on the car still, that's luck.
No superstitions.
Travis Robinson's one of the guys that puts in the most preparation, and he's out, so I don't know what else you can put it down to but luck.
Yeah. Brad is probably 3 odd minutes ahead of us, so
they're going to have to try and catch me. They're going to try real hard.
I suppose now, you know, I'm not here to come third.
This could be your year.
I am doubting that very much.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll see you back there.
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully we're on top of the podium, but we'll see.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
I'll see you at the finish.
Yeah, let's hope.
See you back at the finish.
Hopefully.
You know, like, if we get this clean run, we're going to love that. So, you know, we're just going to keep it out in front and make as much dust as possible for everyone else. To win, you must first finish.
Yeah.
Hey, top job, buddy.
Normal. Always goes bang, 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 bang.
Okay. Yeah.
Still normal.
Ah, no good.
Bingo.
Different experience.
Alrighty, well, it was pretty much a good ride coming up here. Hopefully I've done it under 3 hours. That's what I wanted to do this.
Oh, only a minute, yeah, hour 56 and I got hour 57. Close.
I reckon I'm about 3 hours. I don't know if I'm under.
Well, why are we going so slow?
I had snakes to eat. I was just stopping coffee, snakes.
Yeah, not too bad. We got down here pretty safe and
Stopped on the hill there, got off the bike and waved to the crowd.
Did you? Then I hope you didn't make it under 3 hours. Just for being a smart ass, I hope you haven't made it.
oh yeah, you can still, the adrenaline's still going through the body a bit, so it's it'll calm down a little bit.
My back is killing me, my lower back.
There's Glenn coming in now.
Yeah, Glenn on his way down. The bird's still got a bit of power, so
Come on, son.
well done, buddy. First ride and you made it, no worries.
I would have been here, right? Would have been here ages ago, but I stopped cleaning. Kept stopping and playing in Ted's eyes because he was complaining. Why again were we doing this?
Ted, he looks in better shape than you at the moment, buddy.
We're having a good time this week because we haven't got any dramas. Toby's just told me he had an easy run of it.
Jason's sponsored by Team Visa at the moment.
Quite often with this type of race, especially with Finke, you get a lot of crash damage. So we're quite fortunate this week. We haven't had any of our bikes crash.
Jason's gearbox give up the ghost. So it's been in Honda for 24 hours and I did a full rebuild on it.
So he didn't feel the need to stress the bike.
Blew a gearbox. Cost him a whole lot more money.
These bikes really aren't designed for this sort of racing. These are actual motocross bikes originally. There is no other race like Finke where a bike is in top gear for such a long time.
We're not sure yet. Hopefully it's going to be under 3 hours. I really am.
No. But A to B for 2 hours is just... And if you can get an engine to hold together like that, You're doing well.
Yeah, I was just going to say, hopefully mine's under 4 hours.
Sign it.
I will be. Do you want me to or not?
Yeah.
5 minutes.
How was the dust? You just couldn't see in front of you?
Ah, it's gold. Loved it. Let's go back again now, because if I cool down, I don't think I'll even be able to stand up.
At the end of the day, I prefer to use just a cold plunge. It's easier for us to do out in the desert.
I've been to it twice.
Oh, did you come off?
Yeah.
Just a 5-minute plunge today.
Put it in over some whoops.
Just 5 minutes.
And run into the petrol dump with the third petrol dump. The guy's got stomach! Bang!
How'd your ride go?
Not good. Hey, you're at the pointy end, it must be good.
Into the 44. Oh, no! The guys are laughing. They're going, it's all right, mate, you're the second guy.
Had a couple of dramas.
It's called target fixation, I think. I saw it, I was going for it, I got there.
You in a bit of pain?
Nah.
I found that bit of the GoPro. It's down in my boot somewhere.
Did you ever think about getting a regular job?
What do you reckon, Monks?
I don't like 9 to 5.
What's on the agenda now?
Have a beer.
Well done, guys. All 4 of us have made it, yeah.
Cheers. Cheers, well done, boys.
First attempt. Fantastic job.
You got some in reserve?
A little bit, yeah. So we're just making sure we get the job done.
So what's the plan for tomorrow? Pretty much the same as today.
We're
Get from
swapping,
here to there.
We're swapping?
You and I?
Yeah.
Big ass.
Yeah.
It's a big one and it's a long way home, and yeah, it was only a bit of about a minute off the buggy, so
He's got a lot left in reserve, which makes me really happy.
You're a minute off the buggies?
yeah, apparently, yeah. So they got down an hour 56, and I was an hour 57. So it's,
So next year you might take him.
I don't know. I'd like to take it to them, that's for sure.
We're in good shape to go back tomorrow, right?
Yes,
I'll tell you tomorrow.
He's an awesome rider. He's very calculated. Him and Ben Grabham.
Feeling fit and healthy, and ready to go for tomorrow.
Just they're a different breed.
Weren't you glad that you ran that first 60 a good couple of times?
Oh,
because it just helps you know. Was that theory of mine correct?
Yeah. They've tested this track. You know, like Toby said, he's done upwards of 8,000 Ks in testing. That's this session alone this year.
So when you get into this ice bath?
I'm too fat for the esky.
I've got an image. I can't let the old fella get any smaller.
The ice bath's not going to do you much good, is it?
Just I'd be hopping out. Some she'll be walking past.
I'm going to look like a lion. It's just going to be head and mane.
Yeah, just going to get across that finish line and hopefully be on top of that box.
Lucky I've got calluses from riding.
I don't think that's from riding.
No.
Well, good luck, man.
Cheers, thank you very much.
You're here. You just got to get back.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be easy.
They're insane though, aren't they?
And they are.
What?
Oh.
I didn't find them that bad this year.
The greatest thing about riding through the desert is
It's amazing, you've got 500 riders out there and there's a lot of moments there where you're actually by yourself.
Sometimes you go down the track and you feel like you're flowing and you got a good groove.
And you're in a zone where you are comfortable, you're not thinking, you're not worried, you are just in your zone and you are powering on. The less you think about it, the better.
We just worry about what's coming up next, not what we've already hit.
You know that you're whizzing past desert oaks at 160 plus, and desert oaks don't move much, particularly when you're on a bike.
Say past the 150k mark, you're by yourself, and then sometimes your mind starts playing. You're listening to your engine, you think you can hear a bit of a rattle or something, and you go, oh, you know, is the bike going to make it? And it just absorbs everything, and you start doubting yourself, you start doubting your speeds.
You can't afford to be held back by fear.
Again, and the only way to do that is hold the throttle on.
Because if you back off there, there's probably 10 guys that won't.
That's what gets you over the line in the end.
The 200-kilometre thing, what's going through my head? As little as possible.
A lot of music. I try and think of music.
Good relief away from reality, away from the rest of the world.
I actually think of life. Actually, when I'm racing, I try not to think too much about what I'm doing.
I'm a thinking man. I can't not think. Those people that don't think, they're at the pointy end of the field, I suspect.
At the end of the day, someone's still got to ride it. Someone's still got to point it down that track and hold that throttle wide open and get it down to Finke as fast as possible.
Brad Gallard has just done a wonderful job. He's coming round to the last section of the track now. The helicopter brings him in and he heads down to the finishing line. Finally, he's got there. Finally, he's won the Finke Desert Race on this 37th occasion, punching his way down in the big 2-ton monster truck to the finishing line.
How is it, Yoff? How is it, Yoff?
Fantastic. How good is this?
One more down here, you ready?
From the other side of the world and compete in Australia's greatest desert race. It's great.
Holy shit! Toby Price doing a tremendous job, coming home for his second victory here, outside the time that he said going down, he'll be about 2 minutes slower.
And Toby Price modelling over the line, bike number X98. He's done a fantastic job. Jeff Leask and Colin Ross, Gary Blizzard, all the boys from Podium, happy to
again, this is the guy. Yeah. all of us to get in the first year, and then hopefully next year we can all improve, even if it's only 1 or 2 spots. Yeah.
tell the guys that if they think they're real men, they need to come out here and try this race.
X24 dropped in, and that is Ryan Wong, 80-50 class.
That was good. I think I broke my thumb. Motorbike won't start. I can't see shit. But apart from that, it's been a good day.
McCourt. Now, boys and girls, look on the big screen. If you don't any rider, get down on the track. Machine.
That was fun. I'll never do it again though. You must be insane. What are you doing?
In the whoop?
Yeah.
I was just dead, mate. I just couldn't ride her anymore.
So 603 would have been Lee Epton and the 524 was it?
Oh, look at that shoot.
I don't know how bad I look, so I wouldn't know.
Congratulations, mate.
Well done, buddy. All done.
That was fun. I'm never going to do it again, though. Never. Don't do it again.
That's the last one. It's on camera. That is definitely the last one. Woo. Shattered. Yeah, just shatters you. The whoops were bigger on the way back.
Hello. Oh, thanks, bro. Yeah, that's definitely officially the last one.
I'm just wrapped that we got through. Just got to get Glenn through, which hopefully should be in the next 15 minutes. Be good. Time for a beer. Oh. I'll go and sign off. See you soon.
Just about killed me.
Well done, Chad. Well done.
I'm touched.
So this is every man's podium.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, 4 out of 4, mate.
4 out of 4, we're doing
all
right. But I beat Jason by 3 minutes. I did it in 3:16. And he's not happy about that at all.
He's been waiting for that moment.
All time.
Should we give you... Well, I'll give you some compassionate time, mate. Because you're soft.
It's the worst dust that I've seen since I've done it.
It's the worst dust I've ever seen in my entire racing Finke history.
If this is the everyday man's podium, we all made it and we're pretty happy with it.
Definitely.
I think we won a beer.
Oh, you're joking.
You gotta ride faster. That's
I
good.
think pretty much now it's beer o'clock for the lot of us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big
Thanks
time.
for coming.
Cheers. Okay. Cheers for that.
No worries. Thanks, Rex.
Hey, we'll see you next year, right?
Well, we've got to give you the GoPro as well.
It's his last one.
So, what kind of personality do you have to be a quad bike rider?
I think a lobotomised.
The quads are... they're different.
Hope you don't get stuck behind one.
I've got mates in there that are doing it on quads again.
IT types.
Just help him.